And I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this too. You need to wake up early and actually physically get out of bed. The easiest way to get out of bed is putting your phone across the room. Put your phone across the room, turn on the alarm. Once the alarm goes off, you have to get out of bed in order to turn it off. And let's be real, I couldn't do it. That's why you're watching this video. I'm gonna start to tell you now what I changed in my life in order to finally have impulse control. This is the reason I haven't seen success until about 2 years ago. And sometimes I was down so bad that I had a negative bank account of about $200 and I had to pay rent. If you can work on this one thing, you should be able to see massive success. And most people go throughout their whole lives without fixing this. I'm gonna tell you how I got caught up in this and how I fixed it. If you end up liking this video, I highly recommend that you subscribe to this channel because I'm gonna make a lot more videos like this. And please like the video. So, Alex Hormozi said this right here.
The reason most people aren't successful is they just can't fucking control themselves. Like, that's it. It's impulse control. They did this research study that said that ultra successful people have 3 common traits. Number 1 is they have a superiority complex. They think they're better than everybody. They think they can do bigger things. Second, they have crippling insecurity of not being enough. That one hits me. And then the third one is impulse control. So they know where they want to go. They have a way drive to not be a failure, and they stay focused on it because of impulse control. I guarantee you, if you delayed your ass for 5 years and you just provided value to people, you'd have a bigger fucking audience than you what to do with. But guess what? No one's gonna do it. And that's why most people aren't successful.
Now, I agree with this. And as some of you know, I'm a real estate team leader, so I have agents on my team. And this is what I've been saying to them for a long time, like something along these lines. We all have desires, right? We all have things that we want from our lives. And some of you that are watching this think that you're destined for greatness. And some of you might be, but all of you, including myself, have impulses. You're just a bunch of savages with impulses. You disgust me. All right, I'm kidding. But let me tell you some of the examples in my life that I think you might be able to relate to. I've been trying different businesses since I was about 16. I used to sell things on eBay. I used to sell sneakers. I did network marketing for this company called MCA. I did network marketing for this company called iMarkets Live. I did e-commerce. I sold courses. I did cold calling and sold high interest loans. I did a whole bunch of things, all right? Part of the reason that I tried so many things was because I was young and wanted to try everything under the sun, because ultimately I wanted to find what was truly right for me and was gonna make me the most money possible. But the other reason was that I would see some success in whatever I was doing, and then I would think, oh, because I saw success here, maybe I can go see success somewhere else, and something else might be even better than this, and that will make me $1 million, $10 million, instead of the, little amount of money that I'm making here. Meanwhile, I didn't fully try what I was doing and go full force and see the potential. And this was a lack of impulse control. And I'm sure a lot of you can relate to that. I'm sure you've all tried a bunch of things too. Some people call it shiny object syndrome. And let's be real, this was up until I was like 23, I was complete bimbo. I was a bimbo. I was a boy. I didn't have what it took to see the success. Another reason I was switching from business to business is because I would see success and then I would have long periods of time where I didn't have any success. And it was partly because I would achieve all these different things and then I would think that I was set. I would think that I'm gonna be successful forever. And I would take a break and I would give in to my impulses, right? I would wanna go out, I would wanna go partying, go out to dinner, I wanna buy lots of coffee out in Starbucks instead of just making it myself at home. I wanted to buy the big steak and impress my dad and pay for a meal or whatever it was. And then I'd be right back to square one. And I'm sure a lot of you can relate to this too. Giving into your impulses is what the average person does. You don't want to be average, do you? The average person does not have any discipline. They can't manage themselves and manage their time. That's why they need to get a regular job where a manager is telling them what to do day in and day out, when to clock in, when to clock out, when to have their lunch break, all that stuff. When you're doing things on your own, right? You're trying to build a business like I've been doing since I was younger. I had the same problem. I couldn't manage my own time. I just gave into all my impulses. I did whatever came my way. I was distracted all throughout the day with my phone, with YouTube, Netflix, people texting me to go out, whatever it was. Because of this, because I gave into my impulses and I didn't focus on what I was doing, I ended up having to continuously get different jobs. From the ages of 17 to 23, I worked at retail stores. I worked as a cashier at like a restaurant. I worked as a waiter at like 6 different restaurants and worked at a whole bunch of other places where I did have a manager that was telling me what to do. And it was always because I was giving into my impulses. Let's be real. I didn't have what it took. I couldn't do it. I couldn't stick to it, right? I would be consistent for a week and it was just on and off. So the next week I wouldn't be consistent. I mean, realistically, all of this was happening on a subconscious level. I wasn't conscious of what was going on.
Now I'm in the game, I was was on the bench. First I was renting, now I'm collecting rent. First it with the Beamer, now I want the Benz. Spending all the bag like here I go again.
First thing I started doing, I started waking up early every single day. It started getting to a point where I would wake up early without my alarm, even on the weekends. And this seems like very generic advice. I'm sure you hear this in tons of self-help videos, but a lot of people don't really fully explain this. You need to wake up early and not just like lay there on your phone. You need to actually physically get out of bed. The easiest way to get out of bed, because I know that that's the most challenging part of it, is putting your phone across the room. I've been doing this for a long time now. Put your phone across the room, turn on the alarm, not too far to where you can't hear it. Once the alarm goes off, you have to get out of bed in order to turn it off. Now, this is where self-control comes into play. You cannot get back into bed, right? You have to immediately go to the kitchen or go to the bathroom. Go to the kitchen to grab a glass of water, start your breakfast, whatever it is, or go to the bathroom and do a number one. And what I do every morning, I do pee every morning. And I am not ashamed to say, I sit down when I pee. I'm a little bit ashamed, okay? You know, have your laugh, you know, judge me. You know, I'm a girl, very feminine. I'm a little bit weird, yeah, whatever, get it out of your system. This is especially helpful in the morning for you guys out there. I highly recommend it. It's especially helpful in the morning when you're extremely tired and you kind of want to get just a little bit more rest. I literally sit down on the toilet, I'm like this. I'm sitting there thinking about the dreams I had, thinking about what I want to do throughout my day, and eventually I slowly wake up. Then I get up, brush my teeth, go to the kitchen, get my water. If I'm working out that day, I'll set up my protein shakes, whatever. If you can win this part of the day, you have a way higher chance of winning the rest of the day.
Now I'm in the game, I was on the bench. First I was renting, now I'm collecting rent. First it with the Beamer, now I want the Benz. Spending all the bag like here I go again.
Second thing I started doing, I started treating my business or whatever I was doing in entrepreneurship like a 9 to 5. You're treating it like a 9 to 5 to where you have a set schedule, whatever the schedule is, 10 to 6, 9 to 5, 11 to 7, or even if it's like 12 to 5, you know, whatever it is, you have set hours that you work and you never break those hours. If people try to invite me to something, it's just a big no. If I want to go out and get a coffee at the coffee shop to kill some time, big no. If I want to get on YouTube, Netflix, whatever it is, big no. It's a big no. Yeah, you have your little lunch break, right? Eat some food and scroll on your phone a bit. Breaks are important, but I'm talking like don't have these humongous gaps in your day to where you have to make up for it in the night. Or maybe you don't make up for the time, you do whatever you want, you give in to impulse control, and eventually, you know, you'll tell people, hey, I worked 8 hours today, but realistically you only worked like 4 hours. This is such a big part of my success. People really underestimate this. If you're doing 8 hours a day and all your competitors, all your competition are getting 4 hours done in the day and 3 hours done in the day, and they give in to any type of distraction, but you're actually sticking to it, doing a full 8 hours of work to 10 hours, 12 hours. Usually my days are like 10 to 12 hours. You're gonna be way ahead of all those people in a year from now. Realistically, you're only really competing with yourself. So you will be way better than yourself a year ago if you do this for a whole year, right? So I can easily say that over the course of these last 2 years that I've been doing this consistently, I've grown way more than I have in the previous, what's the math on that? 24, the previous 6 years. Third thing that you need to do, which is extremely important, is decide what you're gonna do. Get all of that curiosity out of your body, all that, let me try this, let me try that, all that out of your system, right? Do all the research you need to do, have a certain period of time, like 6 months, whatever it is, to try like 5 different businesses, and go into whatever you're gonna decide to do, confidently knowing that lots of people have seen success in this field of work. And once you have that confidence that what you're doing can ultimately be what you wanna do for the rest of your life, it's gonna make it so much easier to focus on just that and not give into your impulses of wanting to try this and try that and be steered into this direction. And a new course pops up on Facebook and you're like, oh my God, you click the link and you're looking through it and you're doing all the research and then you're going through that whole cycle again. When you fully have confidence in what you're doing, it makes it so much easier to just focus. Fourth thing, put your fucking phone down. Stop being so damn weak. You know what you have to do and you're holding yourself back. Build a big business, hire people, make 5 figures, 6 figures a month. Come on now. I know how it is. I was in your shoes. Subscribe to my channel. Go watch this video about how I make 5 figures a month and I'll see you in the next one. Boom.